Hi everyone, Liza Perks here from Perks Hotels and Enhanced Life Coaching. Today, I want to coach all members of our teams and anyone who really wants to strengthen their work and private relationships so they can resolve and redesign any bumpy or maybe uncomfortable relationships so they can enjoy and get the best out of the people in their lives. So do you find that sometimes you need to build a bridge, so to speak, with someone, or perhaps strengthen a friendship that will help you move into the next phase of your life, maybe open up a new opportunity with someone already in your workplace? So creating rapport is one of the most important aspects of nurturing and growing relationships and friendships for the purpose of win-win outcomes in the workplace and home. And you'd be amazed at how building and holding rapport is often critical for self-development and growth in the workplace. And as you may know, I'm very interested in behaviour and how we interact with each other for better or for worse. And I'll show you a small presentation in a second that will explain everything you need to know about rapport. So I'm just going to find that for you. So think of it, if there's anything you will need for your team to do that will need to organise a task, you're going to need that person's help to achieve that outcome. In fact, rapport is probably the most important skill on the planet. The basis of rapport is when people are like each other, they like each other. And when people are not like each other, they don't like each other. So when you like someone, you're willing to assist them in having whatever they want. So body language. In a study at the University of Pennsylvania, the researchers determined that in communication, 7% of what we communicate is the result of the words that we say or the content of our communication. And 38% of our communication to others is a result of our verbal behaviour, which includes tone of voice, timbre, tempo and volume. And 55% of our communication to others is the result of our non-verbal communication, which is our body posture, breathing, skin colour and our movement. A tremendous opportunity exists for communication outside of normal channels, and that's what rapport is all about. So be a master communicator. Do you remember a time when you were in a state of calm and quiet and there was another person who was in an excited and very visual state? Do you remember the feelings in your body when that happened? Or can you remember being really excited, we're very visual, and talking to someone in a really slow, and a very slow, more kinesthetic state? Remember how that drove you crazy, waiting for that person to catch up? So neither of these modes are wrong, they're just how people operate. And to be a master communicator, you will need to keep in mind that you will communicate best with people when you employ their primary modality. First element, if you're meeting with someone who is highly visual and you're not quite there, sit up in your chair, breathe from the top of your lungs and be excited, or at least act that way that matches what they are doing. And if you're meeting with someone who is auditory, you want to slow down a bit, modulate your voice and listen, really listen. And if you're meeting with someone who is kinesthetic, slow way down and talk to them about feelings. Actually change your voice tone so it matches theirs. So rapport. So posture, which includes gestures, proximity and handshake. Facial expressions, which is blinking and smiles. There's breathing, so pace and location. The voice quality, so tone, tempo, the timbre, which is the quality, and the volume. And the predicates, V-A-K-A-D, the V is visual, A is auditory, K is kinesthetic, and A-D is your internal dialogue. And then all the keywords that they use. The second element of the rapport is physical mirroring of the other person's physiology. This means copying their posture, their facial expressions, their hand gestures and movements. This will cause their body to say unconsciously in their mind, hey, she or he really likes me. And voice matching. So we have the tone, there's the timbre, which is the quality, There's the volume. So that's the how fast, or so how high or how low. And the tempo is how fast or how slow. So the third element is to match their voice. The tone, the tempo, the timbre, which is the quality of the voice, and the volume. You can also match their keywords. Perhaps they often say the word actually, and you can use that word in a sentence several times and even say it back to them. The fourth element is to match their breathing. You can actually pace someone's breathing by breathing at exactly the same time as they do. So matching the in and the out breath. The fifth element is to match the size of the piece of information, or the chunk size or level of abstraction. If someone deals in the big picture, they will probably be bored with the details. On the other hand, someone who's in the details will find that there is not enough information to deal with if you only gave them the big picture. The sixth element is match their common experiences. This is what's usually what we call rapport. When people first meet, often their early connections is matching common experiences, common interests, backgrounds and beliefs, values and their ideologies, and also common associations. So with rapport, there's number one, it's that internal feeling. How do you feel when you're talking to that person? Number two is the colour change. Is there a colour change happening in their face, or can you feel one happening to your own face? Number three, what did they say? So they might say something like, gee, I feel like I've known you forever. And number four is leading. At this point, you can lead them into a new conversation or into a direction that you want them to go. So match and mirror. The process of rapport is to match and mirror completely what the other person's doing. So don't worry about them thinking that you are making fun of them, because you will do it in a very subtle way. But typically, most people are in a trance when they're talking anyway. They are so caught up in what they are saying next, they are rarely fully aware of what you are doing. Calibration. This is one of the testings of whether you're in rapport with someone or not. Simply develop your sensory acuity to such an extent that you begin to see people's reactions to your communication. Watch their eyes, the muscles around the eyes, the lower lip, the colour of the face, the breathing. These are all indicators of rapport. Also, notice your own body. You have a certain physiological feelings that begin to occur. You'll notice it in your legs, maybe your chest, or there could be almost a feeling of nervousness or anticipation. And you'll notice the colour in your own face beginning to change, like a warmth. This is when you will notice the colour of the other person's face changing colour too. So practice, practice, practice. If you practice this with as many people in the coming week, you will develop your ability to go into instant rapport with anyone. So I've just given you all the inside information on how to build and nurture work and out of work relationships for win-win all concerned. And if you're serious about finding more about life hacks and how to get the best out of your day at work and at home, then follow me with more information on this platform. And if you have something you would like me to present to you, send me a message and I'll create a presentation especially on that subject for you. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and I look forward to seeing you at the next training.